What's up, bookish babes? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video I will be doing my February reading wrap up, and I didn't read many books this month, mainly because I was in this crazy reading slump from the 7th of February to like the 19th, and that was like the craziest thing to me because all the new books came out this month. Like, all the books that I've been dying to read was released this month, and for me to be in a reading slump really sucked because that whole little chunk took up the whole time that I could have been reading through a whole bunch of books. Now, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality of the books. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop into and let you guys know what the books I read this month, what I rated them, and my thoughts on the books. So the first book that I read was released on January 31st, but I finished it in February, and it is The Final Offer by Lauren Escher. I gave this book a 5-star. I absolutely love Cal and Lana, I think her name is Alana, point of view in this book. You got to really see that although Kyle came off as the preppy happy brother in the other books, that he was battling his own demons, and that his task with his grandfather was, if I had to rank, if I had to rank the things that their grandfather had to do from worst to the least, it would go Declan the worst, because get married and have a kid, like, okay. Then I would say it would be Cal, because first of all, you had to go back, you had to go open more wounds, your old wounds from old relationship with Alana. And then I would say it would be Rowan, because all he had to do is build a ride, so he really got the easy end of the stick. But I really enjoyed this book so much. I got to know Cal a little bit better. If you haven't read this book, I love every character in this book. That's all I'm gonna say. Small town romance. It had most of my favorite tropes in this book. So if you haven't read Final Offer by Lauren Escher, you should really go out and grab it and read this book, because it was amazing. The next book I read was Tessa Bailey, new release, Secretly Yours Now. I purchased this book on the 7th of February and did not finish reading this book until the 19th. I could not. I just couldn't. I don't even know what the issue was with this book. I think I gave this book a 3.75 star. I just could not. I enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the small town romance aspect of the book. I just don't know what it was. I just could not get myself to pick this book up and reach for this book like I thought I would, because if you know me, I love It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I love that book. And the thing is, about this book right here, I believe I really set myself up, and mainly the reason why I say I set myself up is because I read the back of the little extended chapter from It Happened One Summer before reading the book. So this book has an extended chapter for It Happened One Summer with Brendan and Piper in it, and I read that before reading the book, and I think I really set myself up for that, because after I read the back of it, I was just like, I don't really want to read. I told myself in the video, I don't know if that video up yet, but in the video, I was like, dang, I don't even want to read the book no more, because I just read that. I should have read it last. If you get it, read that last, because I promise you, just read it last. Just do the right thing and read the book in order. But I enjoyed this book. Like I said, I enjoyed the small town romance of it. I enjoyed all of it. So that was that. Now, to get myself out of a reading slump, I read The House Across the Lake. I started doing reading books outside of my comfort zone, and I'm not really a mystery thriller girl. I don't like scary. I was born on Halloween, and I do not like scary movies. I don't like anything scary. I don't like anything that creep me out. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't like it. We ain't here for it. So I picked this book up just to give it a try, because I read like 26 pages of this book back when Bloodmark released, but I put it down and started reading Bloodmark, of course. And I picked it back up, and I see the hype about this book. I read this book in one day. I started on the page 22 where I left off it and finished this whole book in one day. I gave this book a 4.75 stars. I absolutely love, like, I see the hype of this book. It's basically about this lady. She was a actress, and she moved into her lake house, her family lake house, and these other rich model and her husband moved across the lake, and she was watching them through binoculars just to see what was going on in their glass house. And baby, did she find some stuff out. Like, this book was just, it was so good that I see why people didn't like it. Like, I see why some people wouldn't like it, but it was just so good that I was just like, why would you not like this book? But 4.5 star for A House Across the Lake. That book inspired me to go buy another Riley Sager book, but you'll see that in my book haul. Now, going on, I was reading more books outside of my comfort zone. I picked up Mary Jane. I gave this book a 5 stars. If you read Daisy Jones and the Six, you should read this. Like, if you like that book, you'll like this book. Because in this book, when I was reading, well, after I finished reading it and I was wrapping up the video, I was saying how it reminded me of, I think Billy was the guy that was on drugs in Mary Jane. I'm saying not Mary Jane. And Daisy Jones and the Sis. If it was him that was on drugs, it basically was like I was getting his point of view when he went to therapy. When he did end up going to therapy. That's what this book kind of reminded me of. Although it's about Mary Jane, you do get everybody's point of view. Well, not point of view. You don't get their point of view, but you get to see everybody's side of the story in this book through Mary Jane. But I love this book. So I don't know what took me so long to pick it up and read it, but mainly because I don't usually read books that was filmed, take place in like 1970s or 1960s. I still haven't read Ellie LaRue, so I might need to pick that up. I am going to read that. I'm going to read that next. But this right here, 5-star read. You'll enjoy it. If you enjoy Daisy Jones and the Six, you will enjoy that book. And if you don't enjoy it, that you didn't like Daisy Jones and the Six, then you might still like that book, but don't waste your time if you didn't like Daisy Jones and the Six. Now, the next book I read was Lucy Score, The Things We Hide from the Light. I love this book. I don't, you know what? I gave this book a 5-star, but I don't even think I would give it a 5-star. I think I give it a 4.75. But I actually love this book. I love to seeing what happened to what is his man's name? I be forgetting names so fast. What was his name? Child. It's the brother of the other guy, Nash. Knox and Nash. I should have known that Nashville and Knox. But anyways, this is book is in Nash. I cannot wait for Lucy, and it's a long book. But anyways, Nash and Lena, which is Knox's best friend. I really think they had something going on, if I'm not mistaken. I think they did. But they best friends now, and she came back in town to do her own little investigation behind something. They don't know what she do. He found out. It's the whole drama there. Him and her end up falling in love. It's a great book. You get to see everybody that you saw in Things We Never Got Over. I just love the small town aspect, and that you get to know most of the people in the town as well, and not just the characters that's portrayed in the book. Like, you get to know a lot of the people that was in town that lived in Knock 'Em Out. So I enjoyed this. 4.75. Now, I'm reading right now The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. I'm reading that right now, and I will be finished with this later on tonight, so I might well include it in today's video. This is basically about this defense lawyer and her husband. Her name is Sarah Morgan, and her husband Adam. Her husband was cheating on her in the lake house that she bought him because he don't have a job. He's trying to be a struggling writer. He's trying to be a struggling writer, and he had the audacity to cheat on her and get framed for his mistress murder. And she's, being the loving wife she is, defending him, which I don't even see how she can do that, because that's like a conflict. Because, baby, you cheat on me, I'm going to make sure you go to jail. But I don't know. So far, so good. I am enjoying this book. I hate that happened to her, because, you know, how she's holding the house down and you have the nerves to go cheat on her. But it is what it is. But this is a really good book. I'm enjoying this book so much. I'm really interested into who really killed the mistress, because Child, this book is good. If you haven't read The Perfect Marriage, you can read it on Kindle Unlimited for free, or you can just go out and buy the book. I bought the book because I like the cover of it. It's simplistic, but I love the cover of it. So yeah, but those are all the books that I read in February. And let me know some of the books that you read, or if you read the books that I just showed you. Let me comment down below and let me know what videos you would like to see after this one. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.